diction. Now, a very good way of training yourself into diction is by, देखिए, आपकी बातचीत का आधार आपके सेंटेंसेस हैं. सेंटेंसेस बनते हैं शब्दों से. विल जस्ट ब्रेकिंग इट डाउन. शब्दों से, और शब्द बनते हैं अक्षर से. There's a sound to each and every alphabet. Get used to that sound. I'll demonstrate. हिंदी. क का जो उच्चारण है, जब आप क बोलते हो तो आपकी जबान का पीछे का जो हिस्सा है ये ऊपर की तरफ टच होता है.
Palate, yes.
It touches the palate. That makes the k sound. When you make the t sound, the tongue rolls. रोल होके अगेन आगे की तरफ टच होती है और उसको फोर्स से आप छोड़ते हो तो ट का साउंड आता है. तो ये जब धीरे धीरे इसको आप प्रैक्टिस करने लगोगे, प्रैक्टिस इट टू द एक्सटेंट वेयर इट गेट्स इनटू योर मसल मेमोरी, तो ऑब्वियसली आप फिर उसमें मिस्टेक नहीं करोगे. जितने भी हमारे स्पोर्ट्स एंथुसियास्ट्स हैं इस सेशन में, वो इस बात को समझेंगे कि एक स्पोर्ट्समैन, एक क्रिकेटर फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जो कि एक बैट्समैन, आप एक बैट्समैन को देखते हो, वो अपर कट मारता है, वो दिल स्कूप मारता है, वो स्ट्रेट ड्राइव मारता है, वो फ्लिक करता है, वो ड्राइव करता है, पर उस सब का जो बेसिस है वो लाखों नॉक्स जो उसने किए हैं. सिंपल एक बॉलर उस बॉलिंग करता है और वो स्ट्रेट बैट से खाली नॉक कर रहा होता है. दिन में हजारों बार, अपने करियर में लाखों करोड़ों बार वो सिर्फ यही करता है. किस लिए? ताकि वो जो टूल है उसका हाथ और उसका बैट, उस पर उसका कंट्रोल आ जाए. इतना कंट्रोल आ जाए कि फिर वो मैच सिचुएशन में जो चाहे उस अपने शॉट के साथ कर सके. तो आपका टूल जो है वॉइस में बहुत ये पार्ट जो है, इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टूल. सो यू हैव टू स्टार्ट लर्निंग हाउ टू यूज इट. Somebody saying her from the epiglottis. Yes, that is again for the latter stage. जब आप क बोलना सीख जाएंगे तो क बोलना भी सीख जाएंगे. जब आप ख बोलना सीख जाएंगे तब आप ह बोलना भी सीख जाएंगे. When you know how to say k, which part of the tongue and the mouth you're using to say k, then you will know how much of it not to use to say h.
Right.
खाली हाथ या खुदगर्ज या खुददार या खनक, कागज. सो अगेन, सो ये जिसे जो ये आप एपिग्लॉटिस से कह रहे हैं, इसको नुक्ता कहते हैं उर्दू में. तो जब सीधे शब्द बोलना आ जाएगा तो नुक्ता लगाना भी आ जाएगा. तो ये तो हुई ट्रेनिंग की बात. और इसी में मैंने कवर कर लिया उस बात को भी जहां पर अगर आप वॉइस ओवर में करियर नहीं भी बना रहे हैं तो भी जिस भी करियर में हैं आप, उसमें अच्छा बोल पाना, अच्छा बोलना बहुत ही जरूरी है. अगर आप अच्छा बोल पाते हैं, अपने आप को अच्छी तरह से एक्सप्रेस कर पाते हैं, तो लोग आपको सुनेंगे. एंड यू नो, anyone who's articulate, it becomes easier for him or her to progress in life. इतना सही है, बाकी तो सब सवाल है. So, questions.
Yes. In fact, so while you were speaking, they were like, I'm sure our students are listening so intently because there are one after the other, the comments that are coming on chat. Like, for example, Vishrut has written, Harriet.
Khairiyat,
Right? Yes. While you were talking about barriers in speaking, so we had got an observation from Kanishk as well. Yes. So for now, I would request students, like I have a couple of more questions to ask, but because, I can really gauge students' enthusiasm here.
Yeah.
So students, you may just drop in your questions on the chat so that I read it out to sir and maybe he'll answer it. Yes. Kanishk has a question.
Yes, I can read that.
Question. Yes.
So he's asking what we can do to maintain the voice, like chanting Om. Her to control her voice, this technique is used. So, as I said, breathing exercises are very important. Chanting Om is one of the very, very important tools to have great control on your vocal muscles. When you chant Om, what you're doing is that you are starting a vibration. Now you have to do it correctly. So you're starting your vibration from your chest, leading up all the way up to here, up to the mouth. Now let me give you an example and let me explain it to you. See, there's a difference between sound and voice. The sound is produced in the vocal cords. And how is it produced? सांस जो आप लेते हैं lung से, you exhale, you make your vocal cords vibrate, sound is produced, and when that sound travels all the way up here, and by the use of all the muscles over here, it gets translated into voice and sentences. So this part is called the articulator, which includes the tongue, the facial muscles. So one very important exercise that you can do any and every day, and you should do, and which we do not do. See, अगर हाथ को strong बनाना है तो dumbbells उठाते हैं, right? अगर हमको physical work कर रहे हैं तो हमको, we know that we have to make our forearms or our biceps strong. And how do we do that? By lifting weights. So if we need to have clarity of speech, you need to exercise your tongue and your facial muscles, because they form a very, very important tool for clarity of speech. बहुत ही simple exercise है. घर में लोगों को warn कर दीजिएगा कि मैं ऐसा कुछ करने जा रहा हूँ, वरना लोग आपको पागल समझेंगे. Just stretch your mouth and your tongue as much as possible and do it on a daily basis. Trust me, do it for a month and you'll start feeling the difference. Voice की exercises के साथ एक चीज ये होती है कि उसका difference हमको उतनी आसानी से समझ में नहीं आता है, क्योंकि ये एक internal process है, ये एक internal चीज है. देखिए, हमारी voice, the sound of our voice is different from what we think it is. और इसको अगर आजमाना है तो कभी भी अपनी voice record करके सुनिएगा. First reaction हमेशा होता है, वो God, ये कौन है? बिकॉज हमने अपने दिमाग में अपनी वॉइस की एक इमेज बना रखी है कि हम तो ऐसे साउंड करते हैं, और जब असलियत सामने आती है तो छन से टूटे सपना हो जाता है वो, अरे राम ये कौन है. तो स्टार्ट गेटिंग अवेयर ऑफ योर ओन वॉइस बाय रिकॉर्डिंग. अभी तो बहुत आसान हो गया है, फोन में रिकॉर्ड करो, सुनते जाओ. अगर अवेयरनेस है, अगर हमें पता है कि हम कैसे साउंड करते हैं, तो फिर हम उस पर काम अच्छे से कर सकते हैं. अगर हम इल्यूजन में जी रहे हैं तो फिर हम जो काम करेंगे वो भी इल्यूजनरी होगा. So one, start hearing yourself back as much as possible. 2, start working on these muscles. 3, breathing exercises. To have good control on your vocal cords, vocal muscles, start doing breathing exercises. Chanting Om is a very, very important part of it, but make sure that you do it in a way where the vibrations are felt from your chest right up to your mouth.
Right. That was in fact a very interesting insight when it comes to, the bettering our voice. We have one very interesting question coming up from Preeti ma'am. She has written, what is the strangest thing or client you have given your voice for? Could you just give us an idea?
What is the strangest thing or a client you've given your voice for? I was offered to do something for those commercials that you hear on late in the night. Fortunately, I didn't do that. Strangest thing. I have voiced for a fish. I have voiced for, forget strange, but yeah, it gives me great pride in the fact that, initially when Game of Thrones was launched many years back, season 1, 2 and 3. Season 1, 2 and 3, HBO got it dubbed in Hindi also. And I dubbed for Sir Davos. There was a character there who actually continues throughout the series, Sir Davos. I dubbed for that, and it was one of the most challenging and most beautiful experiences that I have ever had. I have dubbed for Yamraj, yeah. Dubbed for Yamraj for Morteen का एक film है.
Right.
की एक ad film है, उसमें यमराज का डब मैंने किया, तो वो बड़ा मजेदार था. वो strange भी था. अरे नादान, coil, अरे नादान, machine नहीं, coil लेगा जान. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun. That is something that I remember.
Okay. And when was this? Like how many years ago? If you could just give it an
3
idea.
years, 3 years back.
All right. So you know, while I was going through your videos, in one of the interviews, you had said, like somebody had told you that आपकी तो आवाज बहुत अच्छी है, and आपने बोला कि मैं गाना नहीं जानता, मैं गा नहीं सकता.
गा नहीं सकता.
The person, yeah. So we have a question very similar to that. This is Sandhya, and she's asking that when did you get to know that you're actually good at voicing and wanted to start a career in that? I would also want to add my question to it because you know, voiceover, it's kind of a performing art, right? And with the conventional idea that we have about making our career, we really look for something, a well-settled job, and you already were into it. You did your MBA in international business, then you were into government job, and then you actually gave that up to pursue your career in this. So when is it that you realized about the power of your voice, and how difficult was it to switch from that conventional mode as the society generally perceive it to this?
See, I'll go backwards. So, like the last thing you said, this society perceives it in a different way. And I come from a very, very small city called Kanpur. And when I was growing up, all we knew was that either you become an engineer or a doctor, or you go into the army. And if you can't do any of these three, you do your MBA and do some job. We knew only these four things. So when in 2006, somebody told me that you have a good voice, I told that lady that, yeah, but I can't sing. So that's when she told me that, no, there's something beyond singing. There's a career in voice. This is how you can make it. So 2005, I was 29 and I was already, settled in the government job. जब वो नौकरी लगी थी तब मतलब हमने सोच लिया था अब तो रिटायरमेंट प्लान हो गया तो मजेदार तो कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है लाइफ सेट है. So 2006 at the age of 29 I realized that I have a voice. That lady took me to a studio. It was a pathetic experience. It was a great experience for me, but the studio guy said, "Hey, क्या ले आए हो? आवाज ठीक है इसकी, but तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता." Because I wasn't trained and I didn't know how to use my voice. Having a good voice is one thing, and knowing how to use it is a different proposition altogether, completely. But that was the moment that I decided that नहीं यार ये करना. This is my calling. So at 29 I found my calling. उससे पहले तक मुझे जो भी लगता रहा कि वो मेरी calling है, वहाँ मुझे लात ही पड़ती रही. मुझे लगता था मैं आर्मी में, I'm born to be in the army. I was rejected by the armed forces 8 times. I thought I was meant to play cricket. मतलब रणजी ट्रायल्स तक बहुत मुश्किल से पहुंच पाया था. But this particular thing at the age of 29 I realized that ये तो करना ही है. And I took a calculated risk. So as I said initially, that you need to take a calculated risk. I didn't quit my job at that moment. I decided to explore this aspect. I explored this aspect while working. So for 3 years, I explored this aspect. And in 2009, I quit completely and went into voicing, thanks to my wife, Gitanjali, because it was very difficult to... so at that time, I was on a package of 14 lakhs in 2008 with Big FM, which was a good package to have, which is decent monies. So to quit that, you need courage, especially if you're coming from a very, very middle-class background. But when I got engaged to Gitanjali, and I told her that, this is what I want to do. Let's see when I'm able to do it. She was the one who pushed me and said, कि नहीं, जो करना है अभी कर लो, जो experiment करना है life में कर लो. So that's how I 2009, I quit everything and started pursuing, and I was lucky that, things happened. But yeah, calculated risk. 3 years, I made that ground. I created, that base for myself so that I can do it.
Right. So what were the kind of challenges and downfall that you've seen, if ever there were there?
See, the first challenge initially is that when you quit, initially the work either there's no work or the work is, few and far between. So obviously your earnings get hit. So you take a hit in everything that you are doing. You follow a lifestyle which is different from what you had gotten yourself used to.
Absolutely, yes.
So yeah, those were the things that we had to do as a couple. We just got married and I quit. So I never went for a honeymoon. We stayed in a very, very cheap rented apartment for 8 odd months. But yeah, things fell in place. So these things you have to be ready for if you want to pursue a career in performing arts.
In performing arts. And in fact, I feel this may be inspiring a lot of our students as well, especially with liberal arts and mass communication students, because a lot of them are interested in performing arts. In fact, we have subjects like journalism, we have broadcast media, and more or less it's like performing arts, speaking in front of the camera, maybe for radio. Right, and somewhere that skepticism, I'm sure this must have brought down the skepticism, any skepticism related to it. And I believe, as you had said earlier, that it's with proper these things would never be difficult. We have some a question from Preeti ma'am regarding the market, regarding the industry.
I'll just add one more thing to it, that
Yes,
any and everybody who's into any career or who's into any professional course, he or she should always keep the creative side in him or her alive.
Absolutely.
Through workshops, you just take out time. Thoda theatre kabhi kar lo. Even if you don't want to be an actor, just if you paint, keep that fire burning. If you paint, keep painting while you are into your career, because the creative side aapko, if nothing, it will keep you balanced and grounded. And in best case scenario, that might turn up into an alternate career.
Yes. In fact, a very important life skill through all these mediums. Yes. So I'm coming back to Preeti ma'am's question. She's asking if you could tell us about the dubbing market in Mumbai, especially of all the South Indian movies. I know many who thrive as voiceover artists dubbing these movies. So could you also, actually give us an insight about the industry, what happens within the industry? And maybe I would relate this question later to Bigg Boss as well, wherein you have spoken about the time span that you spend there. But yes, if you could give us an insight about dubbing market in Mumbai, especially with reference to South Indian movies.
A lot of movies are getting dubbed, not only South Indian movies. In fact, South Indian movies getting dubbed in Hindi is a very, very small part of the dubbing industry. The major chunk, now that Hollywood has realized that Bollywood or Hindi is a huge market, they're releasing all of their films parallelly. Alongside their worldwide releases, they're getting released in Hindi in India as well. All the major movies. That is a very, very lucrative market, and that's a huge industry. That is where most of the money is for dubbing industry. South Indian movies being dubbed in Hindi is a volume-based market. You don't get paid that much, but yes, there's a lot of volume. So you end up doing 4 projects, four dubs in a day, and earn a decent sum. But the original releases, the Hollywood releases, or the releases which have which are internationally acclaimed and are getting released into India, like a Parasite, that market is getting bigger by the day, and that is a lucrative place to be.
Right, sir. Also, sir, I would like to relate this question to the work atmosphere that you talked about in Bigg Boss. So in one of your interviews, I came to know that you get to spend 8 to 10 hours daily, right, over there, and you have to spend 3 months continuously, barring a weekly off wherein you get to come home. The reason being that you're also involved in a lot of post-production process. Now, this topic is a very important, it's of a lot of importance to our student, because our journalism students, our liberal arts students, in many ways are involved in post-production process in many spheres. So what is it that exactly the voiceover artist has to do in the post-production process? If you could take us through that.
My contribution to the post-production is bare minimum and is hardly consumes any time now at this stage of my career, because I have a home setup and most of the reality shows that I do, I record from home and send. So people who are working on a post-production setup, it's a maddening, world out there. For a voice artist, we are lucky that we are only involved in the process wherein the scripting gets done and the script is sent to us. Let's say that the script is not being sent to us and we have to go and record. Even then, our involvement in post-production is bare minimum. So for a voice artist, the involvement in post-production is not that much, is not that time consuming. But if you're an editor, if you are a creative director, if you're creatively involved, or if you're a script writer involved in the post-production process, then your life is slightly difficult. And the number of hours that you put in, actually there are no number of hours. You barely get time to sleep.
Absolutely. And in fact, this is something that all our students should know, because they are yet to get into the industry and know the ups and downs of the industry. So this is, yes, sir.
One thing,
yes.
Any and everybody who's getting into this media world, trust me, don't come into this space thinking that, don't come into this space if you're bedazzled by the glamour that is involved. There's no glamour. There's only blood and sweat. There's only blood and sweat. What you see as glamour is just a minuscule part, and it's an illusion. What you don't see is the amount of hard work, is the amount of pain that people endure in this industry. For every success story, there are 10,000 failure stories. And for every success, for every one picture that you see in your Bombay Times, Ahmedabad Times, Delhi Times, there is 1,000 hours of hard work and blood and sweat and dejection and rejection that has gone into it. Shiven, kuch keh rahe hai?
So talking about failures and talking about rejection and talking about such kind of downfalls, विजय साहब आप एक चीज बताइए, आपके जीवन में एक बहुत बड़ा डाउनफॉल आया था, नॉट पर्टेनिंग टू वॉइस ओवर इंडस्ट्री, but as last time I attended one of your sessions in Ahmedabad at Karnataka University itself, you talked about one major issue, the nervous breakdown, so
alcoholism.
So I want you to touch upon that subject and tell our students about how did you fought it back and what brought you back to the life.
So, especially people who will get into the media space, irrespective of which field you get into, journalism, television, films, there's a lot of failure, there's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of odd hours, there's a lot of pressure, burnout. All this can lead to a lot of problems. All that can lead to depression. I have seen myself, a lot of people being depressed. And I have gone through it as well. For different reasons. I was not part of the media industry when I went through depression. I started drinking at the age of 19. So, and the reason for that was that I could not handle failure. As I said in this interaction earlier, that I wanted to be in the army, and the army rejected me 8 times. I got rejected in the interview 8 times. So I could not handle that failure. And I started getting into depression. And that led to me getting into alcohol. So 19, I started drinking. By 23, I was an alcoholic. 24, 25, 26, 3 years, I drank from morning till the day ended. Or while I was doing my MBA, I was only drinking. I don't know how I got my degree. I don't know how I got my campus placement. All this while I was only drinking. At the age of 26, I was hospitalized with severe depression and multiple organ failures with hardly any chances of survival. But I survived, thankfully, thanks to my parents and people who stood by me. That phase of my life taught me a lot of lessons. While on the bed, facing dialysis, I realized that I have screwed up. But I keep saying that people say life gives you second chance, and I keep saying life doesn't give you a second chance. Life keeps you giving chances. It's up to you to take that chance. So at that point in my life gave me a chance. Said, "Chalo, ji lo wapas." So all my organs started functioning, and good sense prevailed. And from there on, I started seeing the positive side of life. And when I started seeing the positive side of life, things started happening. Positive things started happening around me. So when I was transferred to Mumbai in that Sarkari Naukri, I was earning only 8,000 rupees. The company gave me a flat in Pali Hill. I was surrounded by celebrities and people with shitloads of money. But I was the happiest person with those 8,000 rupees because the perspective changed. So if I have to conclude in a nutshell about that phase of my life, it's all in the head. Everybody goes through their demons. Everybody has to face their demons. Everybody goes through a bad phase in their lives. But it's how you fight it back and come out of it. Today, I am off alcohol. It's been 15 years. I don't drink anymore. I am surrounded with people for whom party only starts and ends with drinking, but I don't, because I've learned my lessons the hard way. So, yeah.
Right. Now we have one very curious student, Kanishk, again, and he actually wants a demonstration from you. So he's saying, "Sir, I used to imitate you, robot voice, and imitate you as well. I would wish you could guide me by a demonstration." Kanishk, are you talking about the robotic voice that you want to hear from sir? Sir, could you just specify what is it that you want?
So I got his point. What I'll do is I'll do something for him. And this is also a very good exercise, what I'm going to do. So just pick up a random text, just a random text, anything. This is an exercise to explore the range of your voice. So for example, right now in front of me, I have a book by Jacob Abbott, Alexander the Great. And you start reading it aloud. Now, reading aloud is a very, very good exercise to improve your diction and achieve that clarity of speech. Why reading aloud is important is because मन में हम सब अच्छा ही कर रहे होते हैं. जब हम मन में पढ़ते हैं, तो हम सारे pronunciation सही पढ़ रहे होते हैं क्योंकि हम वो पढ़ रहे होते हैं जो हमने सुना है. पर जब हम बोलते हैं, तो हम वो बोल रहे होते हैं जो actually हमारी speech है. तो इसलिए read aloud. From today onwards, make it a point कि 2 पन्ने 3 पन्ने हिंदी और अंग्रेजी के रोज जोर से पढ़ें. So for exploring the range of your voice, do this. Alexander himself went to pay a visit to the captive princesses the next day. He took with him Hephaestion. Hephaestion was Alexander's personal friend. This is normal. The two young men were of the same age, and though Alexander had the good sense to retain in power all the old and experienced officer, which his father had employed both in the court and the army, he showed that after all, ambition had not overwhelmed and stifled all the kindly feelings of the heart by his strong attachment to this young companion. Sebastian was his confidant, his associate, his personal friend. He did what very few monarchs have done, either before or since, in securing for himself the pleasures of friendship. So, this is what you can do to.
Sir, if I can just take
Yes.
it and
Yes. So
well,
Kanishk is putting up a special request. He really wanted to welcome you in his own manner. Yes, voiceover. So Kanishk, over to you. Just go ahead and yes.
Please.
thank you so much, ma'am, and sir, it was really very nice. So I just wanted to welcome you to this particular session like this. Welcome to USLM presents Out of Syllabus in association with Karnavati University. I welcome Vijay Vikram Singh on this session. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. We have somebody peeping Tom. That's my daughter. She's again curious कि इतना लंबा पापा क्या बात कर रहे हैं. Thank you very much. See, the only thing that I can tell you right now is कि verb का pronunciation, as I said, V is always pronounced V. Vijay. It's not Vijay. Ver is W. All the W's of the world are pronounced as ver, and the V is pronounced as V. So it's Vijay Vikram Singh. Victory, victorious.
Yes, sir.
World. What, why, where. So अभी जो है तुम्हारा जो V का pronunciation आ रहा था वो व आ रहा था.
Yes.
And I didn't see you. I could figure out by only listening to you.
Yes.
ठीक है, तो ये sound आपको improve करना है, but it was fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
सर दो और छोटे क्वेश्चंस हैं.
हाँ जी, बताइए.
ये एक तो हमारा स्टूडेंट बेचारा कब से एक पूछ रहा है that while being in this career, do you completely neglect the dialect you get from your locals? Is there a mainstream to this? That this appropriate or not? And क्या आप अपनी कानपुरिया भूल गए हैं?
कौन कह रहा है बे? कौन बोल रहा है सर? कंटाप खाइयो का?
सर हमें पूछने की कोशिश कर रहे थे.
आप तो सामने आओ टाइम से सामने आओ. कहाँ है? छुप कर बैठे हो?
सर ये लो सर, हम सामने आ ही गए. धन्यवाद.
So Vishnu, my apologies for that. You put this question thrice. I'm sorry. I was just waiting.
No
to... Please, yes, go ahead.
So not only this, so I hail from Eastern UP. I'm born and brought up in Kanpur. But I hail from Eastern UP. हम भोजपुरी भी बोल लेते हैं भैया. होता है अच्छा भोजपुरी बोल.
क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
चौचक बोलते हैं, तुमको बुझा जाए ना तो बहुत मजा आ जाएगा.
अरे
तो क्या बताएं भैया, तू कहाँ का हुआ ये बताओ.
हम सबाई से हैं.
अच्छा तुम सब.
हाँ, हम अहमदाबाद में रहते हैं.
हाँ, तो अहमदाबाद में रहते
हो. बॉम्बे भी आ जाता है थोड़ा बहुत मेरे को.
अच्छा.
हाँ,
तो ये है तो
बेसिकली महाराष्ट्र.
Actually, you're from Maharashtra. Yeah. So answering your question, no, I don't forget. In fact, I make it a point that I stay in touch with my dialect. Mm-hmm. There are times when I talk to my wife Gitanjali also in that dialect, and she gets mighty angry and mighty pissed.
Right.
Because she's from Jaipur and she's very proper, unlike me. मैं बहुत ही अड़भंगी टाइप का आदमी हूँ, और वो एकदम राजघराने टाइप की हैं. वैसे परिवार से भी आती हैं जो बहुत ही प्रॉपर और जिनकी बातचीत भी सोफिस्टिकेटेड. उनके घर में लोग सभी कुर्ते पजामे पहन के घूमते हैं, और मैं शॉर्ट्स. मैं घर में मतलब मुझसे कोई हो ही नहीं सकता कि मैं कुर्ते पजामे पहन के घूम पाऊँ. तो मैं घर में कोशिश करता हूँ कि उनको अपनी कनपुरिया के टच में रखूं. डांट भी पड़ती है, ठीक है. और मेरा ड्रीम रोल है कि कभी कनपुरिया जो है कोई बाहुबली का किरदार में निभाऊं किसी वेब सीरीज या फिल्म में, जहाँ पे आई गेट टू स्पीक माय कनपुरिया.
Right. Yeah, could you also tell us more about your journey in radio? We have spoken about various platforms. You spoke about like storytelling, you about audiobooks. Also, about what was your journey like in radio? What exactly was your role over there? And how did you actually maintain the diction while still being attached or while still representing a particular region? Say, for example, we were talking about Kanpur, right? So, how did you maintain that balance? And what was, in particular, your role in the radio industry?
I'll start with the second question, which was about how do I manage to maintain a sense of neutrality in my diction.
Right.
The credit goes to my grandfather. My grandfather was very strict about languages. तो हमारी जो जड़ें थी, जो नींव पड़ी, वो बड़ी अच्छी पड़ी. हिंदी भाषा पे उनका बड़ा अच्छा कमांड था. अंग्रेजी भी जो बोलते थे बहुत अच्छी बोलते थे. फिर जो मेरी स्कूलिंग हुई वहां पर my principal, the principal of that school, Mrs. Sharmila Nandi, she taught us English as well, and she was fantastic. तो वो भी आया अंदर. फिर बहुत ही यंग एज से ही मुझे उर्दू पढ़ने का शौक हो गया. उर्दू पढ़ने का मतलब शेर व शायरी पढ़ने का शौक हो गया. सुनने का शुरुआत सुनने से हुई, गालिब से शुरुआत हुई. फिर बच्चन साहब, डॉक्टर हेमंत राय बच्चन को सुना. तो जब आप इस तरह का साहित्य आपके आसपास हो रहा होता है, आप पढ़ रहे होते हो, सुन रहे होते हो, तो ऑब्वियसली उसका असर आप पर पड़ता है. और एक कहीं ना कहीं एक खुद में भी एक ललक थी कि भाषा मेरी शुद्ध रहे. जैसे मेरे घर में भी बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो मेरे भैया का नाम गलत ले लेते हैं. संतोष, माय ब्रदर्स नेम इज संतोष. A lot of people call him संतोष. और हमारे कानपुर में, ईस्टर्न यूपी में, श और स में जरा थोड़ा लड़बड़ा जाते हैं लोग. तो वो मुझे बहुत खटकता था. तो शायद वो गलतियां देखकर भी मेरे को ये इंस्पिरेशन मिलती थी, नहीं मुझे ये नहीं करना है. I have to be very particular. So I think वो कुछ इनबॉर्न था, कुछ नींव वैसी पड़ गई, और कुछ जो आज दोस्त बन गए और जो आसपास लिटरेचर रहा, उन सब के वजह से, you know, because see, your voice, your speech is a combination of a lot of factors, socio-economic, family and everything. So ये सारी चीजें मिलजुल के मेरी स्पीच पे अच्छा असर डाल गई. मेरी जिंदगी में बहुत कुछ अच्छा मैंने किया नहीं है, बट स्पीच एक अच्छा है जो एक अच्छी चीज हो गई. रेडियो पे, कमिंग बैक टू रेडियो, so I have played multiple roles in radio. I have sold radio, as in I have sold airtime on radio. I've done radio sales. For 2.5 years, I did radio sales. I have done 2 pre-recorded shows for radio. एक जो 6 महीने चला बिग एफएम पर, और एक जो 1.5-2 साल चला माय एफएम पर. चांदनी रातें के नाम से एक शो था, माय एफएम के लिए मैं करता था. मैं आरजे कभी नहीं रहा. मैं अपने आप को आरजे नहीं मानता. आरजे मैं is an art form which requires a lot of skills. जहाँ पर आप लाइव जाते हो रेडियो पर, बात करने का एक लहजा होता है उसमें, उसकी एक अलग लिंगो है. और you know, you have to be that personality to be successful on radio. Through this session, I also want to tell people that it's not necessary that, you know, अच्छा मेरी आवाज अच्छी है तो मैं आरजे बन जाता हूँ. नहीं. Every RJ is a personality. RJing is an art. और RJing करने के लिए आपको बहुत जरूरी है कि आप अपने, जैसे कहते हैं, to find your own mojo, to find your own style. वरना फिर आप वो क्लोन बन जाओगे. And what people are looking for now is that peculiarity, तो एक अलगपन, एक you know, a different flavor. So अपना वो different flavor अगर आपको मिल जाता है तो आप please ढूंढिए.
Yes. And do you think, like, a very random question, it's something there ingrained in all of us. There's a flavor which you just need to find out.
Yeah, everybody has a talent.
Right.
चक्कर क्या है कि हम टैलेंट को ना कॉमर्स से जोड़ लेते हैं.
Absolutely.
कि कमर्शियली हम इसको परस्यू कर सकते हैं कि नहीं. गार्डनिंग भी एक टैलेंट है. हो सकता है वो कमर्शियली उसको आपको एक्सप्लोर करने में दिक्कत आए, but
Mhm.
it's a passion. If it's a passion, it's a passion. Pursue that. It will help you at least unwind and keep your mind, clutter free.
Right, absolutely. So, I've been tracking more comments. So actually, it's not just the question, but good, like beautiful comments also coming in. As you can see on your chat window, huge wow,
Yeah.
and yeah. So your voice is unparalleled,
Oh.
right? There are more comments that I can see. In fact, students, all of you may drop your comments and further questions if you have before we actually try and wind up. Although I am personally not in a state to like stop. I just want this conversation to go on, just in case if we have more questions. In fact, there was one question that has come from Jay. And I think we have to go back to the conversation. He was talking about artificial intelligence. He's talking about a company, and he has written that they have developed an AI, artificial intelligence, which can form any sentence in any person's voice by collecting a 10-second sample. At what extent will it affect the voice artists in the industry?
We have had this conversation in our forum, in our Voice Artists Forum. It's a challenge, but again, as I said, human touch is very, very important. There are a lot of things that a human voice can do, which an AI at this point cannot. And to put things in perspective, although a lot of automation is being done, we still have people working in factories and industries. So when automation hasn't killed the human interface, AI will also not kill it. Trust me. That warmth, when it is required, that can be provided by a human only.
Right. With that, Arzu, she has written, Vijay's versatility at its best, thoroughly enjoyed this.
Thank you, Arzu. Thank you so much.
Yes. Just one last question, sir, before we wind up. Could you guide us regarding how to choose a career after graduation? So this is something our students want to know. Along with that, there's another question. I think I've really missed out this question. But there's the student who wanted to know that how do we get to know? How would others get to know about our voice? Like how do we make ourselves visible? More or less, this was her question. So could you just give us a perspective on this? How to choose a career after graduation?
Now, how to choose a career is again is a very vast question. If you ask me how to choose a career in voice, I can tell you, these things you have to look out for. But how to choose a career, let me just tell you that you need to be honest with yourself. The most important aspect of getting into anything that I have realized is that, I wanted to be an army officer. But at that point, I did not introspect and was not honest with myself. That can I be objective in situations that demand me to be objective? I'm too emotional actually to be an army officer. Today I can look back and say. But when I was pursuing this as a career, when I wanted to be an army officer, I was too emotionally attached to being an army officer. And I was so emotionally attached that I lost my objectivity. Same with cricket. I gave, 4-5 years of my life to cricket, would spend around 6 to 8 hours on the ground and would think, yaar, तो बड़ी मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, तो बड़ा slow progress हो रहा है. I was not being honest to myself. मैंने एक जिद पकड़ ली थी कि क्रिकेटर बनना है, बिना ये रियलाइज किए कितना टैलेंट है कि नहीं. बट थैंकफुली उस 5 साल बाद भी ये रियलाइज हो गया कि नहीं भाई, मेरे अंदर इतना टैलेंट नहीं है कि मैं इंडिया खेल पाऊँ. बहुत ज्यादा होगा तो रणजी शायद 2 मैच खेल के एक रेलवे में नौकरी लग जाएगी, इससे ज्यादा नहीं होगा कुछ. इतनी ऑनेस्टी आई, लेकिन वो 3-4 साल गंवाने के बाद. फौजी नहीं बन सकता, ये ऑनेस्टी, ये रियलाइजेशन आया 8 बार लात खा के अल्कोहलिक बनने के बाद. आप वो गलती मत करिए. How to choose a career is a very, very individual decision. That is something that you only have to decide for yourself and by being objective. आजकल बहुत सारे aptitude tests हो गए हैं. Things have become very scientific. There are a lot of institutes, there are a lot of career guidance. Go for it. Go for those career counseling. देखिए, हनुमान जी को जामवंत ने बताया था कि आप ये लंका पहुंच सकते हो समुद्र लांघकर. अपना जामवंत ढूंढिए। हम सब में अनुमान है, हम सब कोई ना कोई समुंदर लांग सकते हैं। कौन सा समुंदर लांगेंगे ये आपको जामवंत बताएंगे। वो जामवंत आप ढूंढ लीजिए। अगर खुद बन सकते हैं जामवंत अपने तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। इफ यू कैन गाइड योरसेल्फ, नथिंग लाइक इट। बट होता क्या है कि हम ऑब्जेक्टिविटी लूज कर जाते हैं। वी स्टॉप बीइंग ऑनेस्ट टू आवरसेल्व्स। हमको लगता है अरे नहीं, हम कर लेंगे, हम कर लेंगे। तो फाइंड योर एप्टीट्यूड। और आजकल बहुत ही साइंटिफिक हो गया ये सब। There are aptitude tests, there are people who will guide you which career is suited for you basis your aptitude. And there are a lot of career options available today. And there's one more question you asked. What was that? Career counseling.
Yes, I had asked this question as to how to increase our visibility. Like
increase your visibility. See, अगर voice में career बनाना है, if you're saying that I have a voice, but how do I let people know that
I have that voice?
That voice, first you train yourself. आपको लगता है अच्छी वॉइस है, पर अगेन पहले तो ईमानदारी से असेस करिए या किसी से करवाइए कि साहब ये वॉइस है, इसमें क्या हो सकता है। देखिए, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं, एवरी वॉइस इज अ यूनिक वॉइस और हर वॉइस बिक सकती है, इज सेलेबल if you train yourself well. There's a market to every voice. Visibility, it's like a normal sales process. एक sales team को क्या कहा जाता है? Go and knock as many doors as possible. Make cold calls. तो भैया दरवाजे खटखटाओ, जाओ स्टूडियो दर स्टूडियो अपने आवाज लोगों तक पहुंचाओ। टिकटॉक पर वीडियो बनाकर नहीं होगा। बहुत लकी होते हैं वो। आजकल लोगों को लगता है कि टिकटॉक पे वीडियो बना के ऑडिशन दे देते हैं लोग। तो बहुत मतलब लकी होता है कोई कि एक लाखों करोड़ों में से एक कोई किसी की आवाज किसी को पसंद आ जाए और वो यूज हो जाए। ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड और सेफ और एक ही फॉर्मूला जो सबसे कारगर है वो यही है कि गो एंड नॉक डोर्स, गो एंड मीट एज मेनी पीपल एज यू कैन, मेक दोस फोन कॉल्स।
Right, absolutely. So I think that was the closing point of our conversation, sir. In fact, we are really not willing to sign off. But yes, before we sign off, we would really want one act from you, maybe your signature one that is your favorite, just to bid each other goodbye and just for us to remember forever. We of course watch you, we listen to you intently, but here because we have got the space, we are getting to have one-on-one conversation with you. One last act from your side.
Or a poetry or a kavita, whatever.
अरे कविता तो मैं बच्चन, डॉक्टर हरिवंश राय बच्चन की एक कविता है, उसको अगर आप लोग समझ गए तो याद रखिएगा जिंदगी में बहुत खुशहाल रह पाएंगे। हम आज लॉकडाउन है तो हम वी आर एबल टू रिफ्लेक्ट, वी आर एबल टू लुक इनसाइड, देयर इज लॉट ऑफ टाइम एट आवर हैंड्स। बट आज से 4 महीने 5 महीने पहले हम सब जो है दौड़ रहे थे। तो उन्होंने कई साल पहले, आई थिंक 60s में लिखा था कि जीवन की इस आपाधापी में कब वक्त मिला कुछ देर कहीं पर बैठ कभी ये सोच सकूं, जो किया कहा माना उसमें क्या बुरा भला। जिस दिन मेरी चेतना जागी मैंने पाया मैं खड़ा हुआ हूं इस दुनिया के मेले में, हर एक यहाँ पर एक भुलावे में भूला, हर एक लगा हुआ है अपनी अपनी देन लेन में। मेला जितना ही रंग रंगीला भड़कीला था, मानव के अंदर उतनी ही कमजोरी थी। जितना ज्यादा संचित करने की इच्छा थी, संचित करना बटोर लेना, जितना ज्यादा संचित करने की इच्छा थी उतनी छोटी अपने कर की झोरी थी। कर की झोरी मतलब ये मुट्ठी इतनी ही है, इतना ही आएगा इसमें। So contentment is the key. Contentment is what will take you ahead in life. और signing off तो यही है कि आगे देखिए। ऑल्टरनेट करियर पर हुए इस सेशन के बाद स्टूडेंट्स को मिली एक नई दिशा।
Bilkul, sir, if you could really enact it and answer, we would have gladly done that. But yes, thank you so much. Just before closing, I would like to say that we had really beautiful comments that had come from students, honestly from their heart. And I would like to close with this one from Arzu. I think she regularly watches you on Wake Up and Shine. So she has written, last thing, please convey it to him. Vijay sir, I regularly watch Wake Up and Shine. Please continue it with full zest, as I truly find it inspiring. Hoping to see you in person someday. What makes a man respectable is his humility and patience. Thank you for this session.
My God.
So, you have spoken on behalf of the entire team, and in fact, we are really thankful to you, and thankful to you as well, sir, for giving us your time. It was really insightful. You gave us a lot of perspective, not just in terms of career and the practical aspects of life, but life skills and the other spiritual aspects also that we need to look into. So, thank you
just my life journey. So yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time having you here.
If it touched someone, if it inspired someone, if it can make a difference to someone's life, nothing like it. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for being a patient listener to each and every one. And thank you for the lady who watches Wake Up and Shine. Guys, there's a YouTube channel that I run, which is called Wake Up and Shine. थोड़ी बहुत जिंदगी की बातें करते हैं वहाँ पर. जो सीखा है वो बताने की कोशिश करते हैं. Go and watch it if you like it. And we are doing interviews also, especially, since MassCom के भी students हैं. मैंने अभी आशीष गोलवलकर जी का इंटरव्यू किया है. He's heading content for Sony Entertainment Television and Sony Live. He's head of content over there. So go on Wake Up and Shine and watch his interview as well. You'll get a lot of insight into content, into how creative things are done in this industry. Or yes, thank you very much. Shiven, thank you very much for organizing this.
Thank you, sir. See you
You're
soon.
welcome, sir. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you, sir. Looking forward to seeing you soon. I had a great time last time when I came to Karnavati University, so I'm really looking forward to coming
we
back.
would love it if you could take a full course with us. My name is Preeti Das. I head the department. So I loved it, sir. मैं रेडियो जॉक रह चुकी हूँ 2 साल और मुझे मन था बोलने का कि मैंने रात को जापानी तेल बेचा है. जब पुरानी जीन्स करती थी. But
अच्छा, पुरानी जीन्स कहाँ पर? अहमदाबाद. I know, पुरानी जीन्स बहुत पुराना फॉर्मेट है रेडियो मिर्ची का.
जी. But thank you, sir, and we really hope we can get you on campus to take courses, not just for a talk. As a visit.
Absolutely, let's do it. Let's plan it, and I'm open to it. See, I love talking. And I love sharing my experiences. So if my experiences can be of help to the students, nothing like it. Shiven, let's take it forward.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Preeti ji. Thank you.
Thank you so
Looking
much, sir.
forward to this, sir.
हाँ भैया, हम looking forward हैं. हम भैया. हम आएंगे. हाँ.
हम भी आएंगे. हम बिल्कुल माहौल जो है जमा देंगे.
एकदम जमा देंगे माहौल. तुम मिलो भैया, तुम हमें मिलो. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day. Have a great day.
See you guys in the next session.
Sure, ma'am.